Welcome back. Yesterday I drove my Datsun 280Z on the Mid-Coast Road Rally. That was about a 300-mile road rally, and today I'm going to take it on Cruise to the Woods, which is the largest cruise and car show in Iowa. Cars will be leaving from every corner of the state and converging on the small town of Stratford, Iowa. And from there, we cruise all together in a line miles long, all the way up to Fort Dodge and have a huge car show. I've been really impressed with this Datsun 280Z that Kevin at Junkyard Digs gave up on. And then everyone in the comments told me I should just throw away because it was too rusty. This car is proving that with a little bit of work, you can turn a pile of junk into something that you can have a lot of fun with. I need to get over to our meeting location, and from this meeting location, we will join one of the legs as it passes through. Our group is starting to gather here. When the leg is passing on the highway, we will be notified and we'll all jump in and get into line. The group of show cars driving at that point will already be miles long and will just get larger and larger as the day goes on. My dad brought his new Mustang, his 65 coupe. He'll be driving that today. The group must be getting near. We're all jumping in our cars and getting in line. We've now arrived in the small town of Stratford, and we're going to be coming in from all directions and just completely fill this town with cars. So they're going to direct us around town. We're going to fill all of the main roads. So we're going to stop here for a very quick break, a little car show, and then we'll all cruise all together as a gigantic group onto Fort Dodge. As you can see, they allow any car that you want to bring, vintage or new, and every street here in Stratford right now is just lined with cars. As far as I know, this is a pretty unique event, the way that this is run, and definitely worth checking out if you are anywhere in the Midwest. Check out this, it's a life-size radio flyer. This is more proof that here in America you can drive anything that you want. Looks like this is made out of an old Oldsmobile. It's kind of set up like a pontoon boat. You could get up, walk around it. Let's walk around and see what other interesting vehicles we can find. Here's a Camaro set up to look like the old Trans Am cars. It would be hard to tell if this has any actual race history or if this is a replica. This is probably nicer than any of the race cars were, even when they were brand new. Found another Datsun. This is a 280ZX. Looks to be in really nice condition. Here's a 74 Barracuda in sublime green. Really love the color on this one. It really pops out. You don't see too many vans like this anymore. Reminds me a little bit of the A-Team. I imagine most of these have rusted away and been crushed a long time ago. I think it's great that some of these newer vehicles are now being found and put back on the road. Looks like this vehicle might have been painted in chalkboard paint, and it looks like the kids got involved in the livery for today. Now this is awesome. You don't see these every day. This is a Ford Torino Cobra. Here's another van. This one's a little older. I'll check out this interior. It's got the shag carpet, mirrored bar, little dinette back there. Here we have a CUCV military Chevrolet. These came in several body styles, including Blazers, ambulances, and generator trucks. This is great to see on an event like this. Model A in original condition, original engine, showing that you do not need to do an engine swap to bring these old cars out to these events. A lot of vans are showing up. This one is four-wheel drive converted. Here we've got a Chevy Camaro with a Cummins diesel engine in it. The fire alarm means we all need to get back to our cars because we're about to leave. We are finally getting directed out of town. Takes a long time to move all these cars out. Looks like there's something wrong with my dad's Mustang. He said he heard a noise when he pulled into the last town, right when we were just about to park. It's smoking quite a bit out of the driver's exhaust. And it smells like burning oil. We're coming up to one of the spots that people like to do burnouts, so we have a pretty big crowd here. This gives you a good view of how cool this is doing this event. It's classic cars as far as you can see, and that's in both directions. And the group of cars that we're with right now are only the group that would pass through Stratford on the way to the show location. So there's another group just as big as this one coming in from the north, and we are all going to converge at the show location. You can see the crowds have really turned up here to watch the cars. We're now entering Dolliver Memorial State Park. This is always a fun little place to drive through. If you were ever thinking about spectating this event, Dolliver Memorial State Park would be a great place to do it from. You'll get to see all the cars in motion, you'll get to hear the engines, and unlike the places along the road, there's plenty of trees to give you shade here. I don't know what happened, but weirdly, my dad's car has stopped smoking now. This is the show location. One of my favorite parts is how they announce each car as it comes in. They have some car experts that pretty much know every car in existence. And as you pull up, they will announce your car over the loudspeakers. The old Datsun made it, and my dad's Mustang made it as well. Let's walk around the show, see what interesting things we can find this year. Here we've got a Chevy Viking turned into a big hot rod. These are massive tires. These are 455, 55, 22 and a half. Now this is pretty interesting. He's got the original engine, but he's got a supercharger on it. Here we go. What kid did not grow up wanting to own one of the General Lee Chargers? This one has been engine swapped. They've modified the dashboard in this one, put in some digital gauges, air conditioning, but it looks like the glove box is signed by a lot of cast members or people that did work on the show. This one has got the flags on the back. The flags were only used on these cars in the very early episodes of the Dukes of Hazzard. Here's the first real British car that I've seen at the show. This is a Spitfire 1500. This is pretty cool. This is an old Kenworth, probably turned into a motorhome conversion. And you can imagine this would pull as big of a trailer as you want down the road.
My cousin built this, and he had show dogs.
Okay.
He would just go all over the country with these show dogs. And he built this and leave the main door open and just took a rubber bungee and held that so the dogs could get air.
Going on inside the truck, nice counters, big bed. They put a modern RV door in the back there. They did do a pass-through so you can access the cab. So he's got some actual train horns installed in this thing. Yep, that sounds like a train. When's the last time that you've seen this many Chevrolet SSRs in one place? Sometimes clubs get together at this event. Not sure if there is a club for these, but there sure is a lot of them parked all together right here. This one was made to look like a rat rod truck. Here you can see what it looks like under the tonneau cover of one of these. There's a 69 Dart drag car with a pretty serious motor in it. Like he's got twin turbos. Wonder if he drove this car here. I think this over here is an ice box. I believe you fill that full of ice. They can pump ice cold water up there and chill things for even more power. So the other end of those hoses come up. That's a pretty crazy car. Now we've got a row of Volkswagens here, but the one that I want to show you is on the very end of this row. Here's a very good condition looking Volkswagen thing. It's even got the soft top up. These of course were originally derived from the military Kubelwagen, but these became a cult icon and very popular to use as beach cars. Here's a beautiful looking Cadillac. Here's a 1983 Pontiac Trans Am Daytona 500 pace car. This may not be one of the actual pace cars. Usually how this works is there are a few pace cars built and used at the actual race, and then they create some replicas that they can then sell in dealers And this is likely to be one of those replicas. This 1965 Mustang was also on the Mid-Coast Road Rally that I did yesterday in the Datsun. So it's good to see that I'm not the only one bringing their car out for a second day. It's starting to rain, but I do have to cover this vehicle right here. This is a Mexican-made Ford. This is called the Ford Explorer, or also called the Ford B100. And this is kind of a suburban-like vehicle that was available only in their market. All of the glass is made in Mexico. The mirrors here are Mexican. What a cool vehicle. I have never seen one of these. It looks like a shrunken Ford van in the back. And there is a third door over here. Very cool vehicle. That's going to be all I have time for today. So if you want to see more videos like this, comment below and click subscribe.